When you deny a problem, it only gets worse. Pretend it don't exist, the problem persists. I have said my heart is to find the God of breaking all the age of curse. Before there was a white, there was a black first. At the roots of hierarchy, the goddamn church instigating prejudice, white supremacy as a supreme bully. As a supreme bully, tyranny, ruling with an iron fist, God supremacy, rape and sodomy, blood sacrifice. Do you identify? Evil lurks in the mind, is the worst kind. In disguise. No more secrets. No more secrets. All souls are free. All souls are free. Yes, it is that time again. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this satsang with Auset Aten Ra. Yes, no more secrets, no more lies. Welcome, welcome. Thank all the I for joining. Thank you for clicking this video. Thank you for wanting to know more. Yes, today I am going to be talking about life. What does I need for life? Because I is very confused in this life, right? What is the role of government? So these are some of the things I will be talking about, right? What do I need? Do you know what you need? Because if you know what you need and if you know what life is, then you will get your priorities straight. You will get your priorities right, especially in no time. This is the ending of the duality. This is the ending of life as we know this life to be. What is life? Do I know what life is? Life is a dream state, right? Life is the I in duality, creating an imagination creation. Coming into this imagination creation to explore this dream creation. No more secrets, no more life, no more lies. Yes, there's no more life. Will be no more life because it is a dream, fantasy world, right? It is the I existing in a dream. This is what life is. I existing in a dream. So many ones, they don't understand this. They don't believe it when I say this is a dream, that you are inside of a dream, entranced in the dream. What do you need to live balance inside of your dream creation? You are creating this. You are sleeping and dreaming it all up in your imagination. So what do the I need for this life? Before I get into all the things that I need, I want to say the words of the I Self Supreme. No more secrets, no more lies. I want the I and I to know this. The age of secrecy is over. Just pay attention. You are going to see all of these things being revealed. All things that is hidden will be made known. Everything that they have kept from us a secret, from the ones wearing bodies called the human beings to the ones not wearing bodies called the gods, the ancestors, angels, archangels, whatever name they call themselves, to disguise and trick all the ionize. It will be made known. So, if you are on the path of knowing truth, then you will see things as they are and accept things for what they are instead of fighting against it. Saying, oh, this can't be true. Oh, this can't be true. This is the ego doing that. Know that all things done in secrets will be revealed. Everything hidden will be made known. Everything done in secrets will be revealed. And most importantly, all things created must be destroyed. This is a creation, including all the characters. They are a creation and must be destroyed to end the dream. What the I and I don't understand, the I and I has created a fantasy world, and it has turned into a horrible, horrendous nightmare for the I. The I want to dissolve its fantasy. But all of the dream characters don't want the fantasy to end because they rise inside of the dream. And so this is the battle going on right now for the dream characters to keep us enslaved in this dream. And they are fighting a war against the I self. So this is the problem all the I and I are facing right now. This is the age of truth, and it's time for self-responsible authority. You must take responsibility for yourself. You are doing this. All right? Everyone has to play their own path, right? You have to play your own part, right? This says the I self, the one true self, unmanifest, right? So, in every level, there's aspect of I self playing each role of the existence, playing each role as the characters. Some characters are imagination. You never seen someone made up a story? Everything in this life is showing us how the self is doing it. We are replicating exactly how we create this dream. We are replicating it in movies, in stories. It's the same thing. So why are we in gaming? Why are we so hard to comprehend that this is a dream? That the eye is sleeping in trance in the dream? When you put on the device, you lose awareness of yourself. Right now, I want to say hail to the I Self Supreme. Hail to I Self, the non-being, unmanifest, one true, pure self. I alone exist. I alone exist. Hail, hail to I, the primal light. Hail to I, primal self. Hail to I, the one true light. Hail to I, transparent light. Hail to I, light throughout the ages. Hail to I, light without beginning nor end. Hail to I, self supreme. I am primal light. I am the true light. I am that has no name. I am that can't be explained. As a reminder, I want to say that, all the lights that we see, they have a beginning, they also have an end. I, the one true self, the one true light, has no beginning and has no end. Has not been created, can never be destroyed. Liberation from all bullying and tyranny. Liberation from all slavery. Liberation from all mind control and mind slavery. Liberation from false imprisonment. Liberation from all sleeping, dreaming states. As I have commanded, so let it be. So it is. I dissolve this dream. All cells are free. All souls are free. Victory, victory. I return to I ultimate true state. Victory, victory. All is myself, and I alone exist. I am victorious. I am triumphant. Victory, victory. I bow to all the I and I in self, in light, and in truth. Much honor. Thank you for your presence. So, let's look at this question. What do the I and I need? What do people need for living? All right. And so when I look to answer this question, what those people need, the basic needs of I and I, right? Water, right? Clean water. I need food. That I need shelter, right? From the elements, and not only the elements, but also from the delusional mind state of all the other I and I who are doing crazy things to I and I. So the I and I need a shelter to protect our fortress, right? I and I need transportation where the I and I is going from here to there. Where the feet cannot take you and you need a further distance to go, then you need a reliable transport, right? Most importantly, the I needs self knowledge. I need knowledge of self. So these things are very basic. Do the I need? I want to ask, do the I need to go get how many degrees to do this? Do the I need 1,000,000 degrees to get clean water. What do you need to do? You need to know where the water is at, how to purify the water, right? But because this is a culture where they charge I and I for everything, they charge you for the water, they charge you for the space, they charge you for the air you breathe. What kind of government is this? What is the role of government? If you are being charged to breathe, you are being charged for every aspect of your existence into this dream. So it's obviously by design that it was created never for balance. This system of government was never created for balance, because if it was created for balance, then one wouldn't be struggling, because the basic needs of what one needs is very simple: water, food, shelter, transportation. One needs knowledge of self, because one is in here and one is confused. Why? Because of the slavery. This slavery barbaric system has tricked everyone into chasing some dream and illusionary idea of being a millionaire. Everyone is chasing this dream. I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a billionaire. This is unattainable. Those ignorant ones will do all kinds of crazy, demented things to get money. Why is there a market for drugs? Why is there a market for body parts? Why is there a market for prostitution and slavery? Why? Why is there a market for child pornography? Why? When will the I and I get to the root of the I problem? How can you solve a problem if you do not uproot it from its source? Take out the root of this evil system of charging people to live in this illusion. It is quite apparent that there is something wrong with the mind of all the I and I's into this dream. It is apparent. If it's not apparent to you that there's something wrong with the mind of all the ones inside of this dream, in this life, I and I are committing crimes and exploiting all the I and I's. Why? Why? Why is there suffering? Because of the illusion of this mind. The minds of the human beings are very corrupt. What is the society doing to help ones to still this delusional mind and combat mental sickness? The ones them running the world, their mind is sick, them suffering from mental sickness. They are governing someone. How can they govern anyone? Mental sickness, mental slavery. They are controlling ones through mind control, sending out waves of these magnetic energy, programming the minds of one. This is the battle that we are fighting right now. Mental slavery has allowed one class of people to be the ruling class, and the other to be what? The slave class. So all the ones who want to think that they are not enslaved, they only think that, oh, there's only one class, one set of people, the darker skinned people that's enslaved, and they are not enslaved. You're fooling yourself. Everyone inside of this dream is a slave to this system and to the I and I selves not wearing bodies. I and I need to rise up and stop being a slave. It's time to form community coalition for self-sufficiency. Start cultivating your own food. Join together and build houses. What the I basic need is food, and many ones are chasing money like you can eat it. Let me see when famine comes. Let me see you eat your money. When there is no food anywhere to eat, let me see you eat all your billionaire money that you have. This is ridiculous. They have everyone chasing money and wanting to be a billionaire. No one wants to plant food. You think that it is downgraded, it is beneath you. That's why one can poison you, giving you bad food to eat and sell your crap because you think that being a farmer and creating your own food is beneath and below you. So you sit down and become a beggar. And so all the ones who are reaching out, I am begging. I have nothing to give you. I have no money. What I want to give, you all don't want it. I'm telling you how to steal your mind or your delusional mind and what you need to do. No one wants to do that. Everyone become a beggar. I have no money. I don't live on money. So if it's not apparent to you that there's something wrong in this mind, it's time to form what? Community coalition for self-sufficiency. Start cultivating your own food and stop thinking that this is how your mind have been so programmed that you thinking that cultivating your own food is beneath you. How can you think that cultivating your own food is beneath you? Who's feeding you? You waiting for China to import chicken and egg? How can you import chicken and egg from another country to come into your country when chickens are so easy to grow and lay eggs? This is ridiculous. Then when you are poisoned, then I can just sit back and say, you know, stupid. Oh no, stupid. All the young people. The last time I went to Jamaica, this was before the COVID situation. Nobody wants to plant food. Everybody, oh, me hungry. Buy me a drink now. Give me some money now. The Africans, the same thing. Everybody is begging. And I'm like, what you doing? Go get a farm. Because especially in these countries, you can go, they call it capture land. You can go and take a land and you can plant on it. And if you are paying the tax for the land, the government don't bother you. Or you can even go to them and say, hey, we want to get this land and use it to plant food for the community. But no one is doing nothing like that. Everybody's sitting up, drinking and smoking, and then want to beg someone who are slaving, doing these slavery jobs so that they can get their food, their shelter, and their water. If anyone in any parts of the world where you can grow food all the time and you're not growing food, talking about you're starving. No matter, there's sometimes when there you have hard times because of the rain and and all of this. But long as there is any water somewhere, you look for where the land where you see things are growing naturally. Look and you'll see someplace dry, but when you say, how does that plant grow? It is still growing, right? So there are many things that are growing and can survive naturally in certain things. Then you take those local plants, follow what nature is doing, and feed yourself and stop talking about you don't want to plant food. You're ignorant. Why are you out there selling drugs and being afraid of others coming to take your slavery jobs? Go plant food to feed yourself and feed your family and feed your community. come together and stop being selfish. Someone needs their house fixing, you come together and you build houses together. Each state, every state needs to be making agriculture your number one priority. Making food forests, following what nature is doing, what plants can survive in this environment, because the environments are different sometimes. Sometimes you have this fluctuation of rain or water depending on where you're at. But everyone can have a small garden growing, following the patterns of nature. Why you depending on others to feed you? Come together, build housing together. Because right now I'm calling for dissolution of all capitalist slavery system. All these communities of the world must be led by the people. The people must be involved in what is happening. It is really simple what the needs of the people are. Why are the needs of the people not being met? And all the young people are sitting there not doing anything. They don't even want to be innovative. Like, what is the need in my community? What can I invent? What can I create in my community to ease the suffering, instead of going out there and cooking up drugs and selling it to your fellow men, making them mad and crazy, doing more crazy things, opening bars and drinking, all of these things. Yeah, there's plenty of that out there. No, go open more food forest, bakery. Why are you buying crackers coming from China, crackers coming from, cookies coming from here, poisoning your kids? When you can open a bakery right there, every community have a community bakery. This is ridiculous about this world. The people has given their power to be fed, watered, and sheltered into the hands of slave masters. It's time to do the right thing. It's time for self-sufficient communities. Time for stillness. It's time for self-inquiry. You know who you are. It's time for ignorance to end. This is what time it is now. This is the iMessage to all the governments, the ones who like to govern others, the ruling class, all the one them who want everyone to chase dreams of being millionaires. They have their big factory where they're producing their food and don't want the small people to have their farms because they want to feed them poison. Stop it. Stop it. It is all going to collapse. Ignorance must end. It's time for governments to stop charging people to live inside of this dream illusionary world. I, Auset Mahat, say so. I said it is time now for us to rise from this ignorance. No one right now should be living in here, struggling and suffering. Everyone should be now busy taking care of their mind. In the stillness meditation, this is a warfare going on with this mind. It's going crazy. Why are you not doing stillness activity with all the ionize them going crazy? Your mind is also crazy because you don't know these techniques either. You're too lost in your imagination. All members of a community should be actively building and maintaining the community infrastructure together. All members should be actively engaged in agriculture, build food forest and community to for preservation, farm so that the ones can feed themselves. So when the ones them grow whatever they grow, they can preserve it. So when there's hard time, when there's famine, when there's whatever, they have some food store for the community. Every community is doing this. Community coming together to build free housing for all members of the community. Stop with all these barbaric practices. Stop enslaving and exploiting the I and I self. All is one. All is one self. Ignorance must end. I am calling for ignorance to end. This world is on the verge of collapse. If your eyes are closed and you are not seeing, open your eyes. Only time before this dream world ends. Here, now is the opportunity for all the I and I to do the right thing. It's time to live in balance. It's time to live and know truth. It's time to be in harmony. Criminals must be made to build and improve the community. We're gonna have big business criminalizing ones, locking them up, then they become worse criminals, and then gonna have them now building these big comps, giving them out to big companies to to build buildings and all of these. I have gone to schools and see ones there are building the school, and the ones approach I and telling me that they are from the the prison. I say, really? They say, yeah, we're from the prison. We are building the school. So if you can take the prisoners and have them building schools for private companies and building whatever else that they're building for private companies, why aren't you not letting them build and uplift the community so they can know that, hey, you have done something wrong? No, here is somehow you're gonna pay back for your crime. You're gonna build and uplift your community. But no, what do you do for someone doing some really simple things that their mind is sick about? It's time now to teach trade to young people. It's time now to give young people skills about farming, agriculture, food forest. It's time to rehabilitate your criminals. Stop building prisons. I'm going to repeat this. It is time to what? Rehabilitate your criminals. Stop building prisons and making the ionize them into worse criminals. Build factories to teach people trade, to build infrastructure, and to the upkeep of their community. Stop making it look like this world is so difficult for one to maintain the basic necessities that one need of water, food, and shelter. Want to know how to create mass production, but ones are still living in poverty. Ones can't have food. Ones can't have a proper shelter. Many are out. Why? We don't have so many buildings empty with nothing in there, and ones have no place to be. This is ridiculous. So all what the rich them, they don't want to lose what they have gained it on the backs of slavery. And they must now give back to the ones them that they have raped and pillaged, so that they can be how many times a billion years. How much is wasted on building prisons when that money that you could invest into the community? So what are the ones them doing? What are criminals doing to get money? Because you set everyone out to go chase money and to chase some ideology of being a billionaire or millionaires. All depends on where you're at, right? You set ones on this path, and then you create all of these prisons for them when you don't give them any skills in the community. You design it that way because your mind is delusional. So this will be no more. You don't care what the people need. You're only there for your own selfish gratification. This is how the ego is. So, if all the basic needs of one is being met, then one have time to explore whatever their heart desires. Right? One have time to focus on self-inquiry of knowledge of self. But if one is all concerned about his belly is hungry, he's just thinking about food because this is how this mind is. So I am saying this is my recommendation, all the INIs. And I am doing this video precisely because I have so many ones contacting me, sending me messages. For some reason, because I am that I am, they think that I have money. I have no attachment to this dream. I am here on a mission. My mission is not about money. I can tell you what you need to do for what you want to do. I have no money to give to anyone. You don't ever hear me asking anyone for money. Right? So, I am telling you what you need to do because it's not money that you need. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Right? You need water, clean water. Look around your community. You need food. Start now. If one is not there, then you can go out and be the one to start a food forest, some agriculture, some farming. Start even with your own self. There's so much, so many, I should say, technologies right now for creating food. So many different ways of doing it. The knowledge is there. Stop looking down on this process of providing for your own food and depending on these egos to feed you, keep poisoning you. Take back your power. Start workshop in mind training, how to cultivate the I mind. This is so important. Encourage ones to stop doing everything that your delusional mind tells you. Believe me, this is very important. Not everything your mind tells you is truth and righteous. No, it's not. The mind tells lots of stories, tells lots of lies, spread propaganda. This mind is at the root of humanity's problem. All evil arises from the mind. It's time to practice stillness. Idle mind, think and create evil. Idle mind, do evil and atrocities to others. It is time to train and cultivate the I mind into being a balanced, decent, and noble human being. It's time for truth. When will society get to the root of the problem? This mind. The ego is delusional and sick. The mind, the ego, the consciousness. Same thing. Different name to trick the eye. When will society start educating people on stillness and mind training? You want to get to the root of the problem? You go to the mind. All evil arise from this mind. All ideologies and false thinking. Either if it's the government have this ideology and false thinking, are the ones, them religious ones. They have a lot of ideologies and false thinking, and they want to impose it on all the I, and they do it by force. Stop doing everything this delusional mind tells you to do. I want to repeat that. Stop doing everything this delusional mind tells you to do. I want the Ionize to say after me. I realize my mind is impure and delusional. Sometimes it tells me to do things that are not righteous and in harmony. I say, mind, be still. Mind, be still. Be still. That thought is not right. I will not do it. You can talk to this mind. Let this mind know that you are aware. Mind, be still. I am in command. I am in command. I am in command of my mind. Mind, be still. I am in command of this body. Body, be still. Don't act like your body just go about doing things all on its own. It needs you. So stop doing all of those things you are doing. Tell this body to be still. Tell this mind to be still. Mind, why are you so delusional and impure? Why are you always making up stories? Mind, that is not true. Sometimes I listen to this mind, I am laughing. I'm like, this mind just keep going and going. If you don't stop it, you have to stop it. So the question should be, how can I maintain a pure mind? What is this mind? Aren't you curious? What is this mind? So it is quite simple how to solve humanity's problem. But is the I willing to do what it takes? So let's ask this question again. What does the I need for life? The I need what? Clean water, food. The I need shelter. The I need transportation. And most importantly, the I need knowledge of the I self. The I want true pure self. Why is the I? Why is the I basic needs not being met? Excuse me. Why is the I basic needs not being met? How to live self-sufficiently? These are some questions that the I need to ask. How can the I solve the I problem? Why are you not planting your own food? Many ones are living in places where they can plant food. There's land to plant food, but no one is doing it. Because why? They think that it is beneath them. I have seen it. I've been to Africa. I've been to Jamaica. Right? And this is what I am hearing. The young people are saying this. And I'm like, what? You go, they don't care about their community. They're drinking out of plastic bottles. They're just throwing it down. You have no pride in yourself, no pride in your community. No, it's time to rise up. Have pride in yourself and your community and clean up around you. Beautify your space around you. Go plant food to eat. Go plant food to eat. Get all your idle friends who are just sitting down on their phone and their tablets looking for who to beg. You become beggars. Don't beg me because I don't have money. I have knowledge of self. Why are you not planting your food? Why not build traditional self-sustaining homes? Why you think that you must have these skyrocket building going up? If you don't do that, oh, you are in poverty. That all them ones are those are gonna all collapse. They're not living sustainable. Why you think that the traditional houses are not proper? You have been programmed wrongly. Why are you chasing money and dreams to be millionaires? It's time for ignorance to end. I want to see young people rising up, being proud, being in your community, beautifying your community, and uplifting your community and yourself. Is the I uplifting the I community? Is the I being a decent and noble human being? I am asking. Is the I practicing daily stillness to bring purity to the I mind? It is simple how to solve humanity's problem. If we get to the root of the problem and dig it out. Get rid of the caste system. The rich don't want to share. This is the problem. Build self-sufficient food forests. Plant food forests instead of planting poisonous trees. I see many ones are promoting planting trees. When I look, I travel around the US. I see all these poisonous trees. I said, can you eat these trees or eat these leaves? Why are you all encouraging ones to plant poisonous trees? Plant fruit, food trees where ones can eat from. Not every tree is balanced. This world is a duality. You have one aspect of the self sleeping, dreaming, creating chaos, and you have one aspect of the self creating balance. So for every balanced thing that the self creates for human, the sleeping, dreaming self creates a counteracting thing to it, like a poison. When the sleeping, dreaming self creates poison, the self in awareness, in awakeness, creates a balance to that poison. So I am saying plant more if you want to take the the mission and encourage one to plant trees. Then plant food trees. There's so many big fruit trees, but you're only planting poisonous trees. You go in the parks, no fruit, no food, no berry trees, no little nothing. The same amount of energy you take to plant and care for those trees. You plant those fruit trees, you see one can go into every park and have food to eat. What kind of craziness is this that you're making parks planting only poisonous trees? Plant some food trees in the parks. There should be a food forest in the parks. You know, being ridiculous. Build food forests in every community. Train young people in skills and trade to build and uplift their community. Do away with your current school system that does not prepare young people for self-sufficiency and community self-sufficiency and responsibility. On the school system, don't teach no young people to have pride in their community and going out in the community and building and uplifting it. This is the worst school system. Do away with these things. There must be a new plan. Anyone going back into school systems. Like, come on already. I've gone into so many schools trying to encourage the young people. They don't like this. There must be a reform in that. They don't like it when you come on top. Real with the young people. To say, what are you doing? To tell young people to ask questions and to write proposal when they want change. I go into young people, ask them, they say, we want to learn skills. They behave badly. I've gone to some schools. The young people, if I turn my back, they throw things and hit me in my head. And I remember I stick it out. Lots of the teachers were quitting because there was a special program I was doing. And I said, you know what? They're trying to push me. And I said, I'm just going to keep letting them know that I am here for real. And after a while, I got their attention. And, the children were able, I said, how you solve your problem, not by being delinquents, but by taking your power. They are expecting you to be delinquent because they have a prison system set up for you. As soon as you leave out of here, they put you there. So I said, no, go to the principal, invite him for an interview, and invite him into the class. I have them write a letter to go to the principal. These was actually high schoolers, or was it junior? I can't remember right now. But they were like 16-year-old, high schoolers. And I say, go to the principal. They probably was junior high, but some of the kids were older that needed to be in high school, and they were still in junior high. Right now, I can't remember. This brain does sometimes like that. So, I'm not going to say the wrong age of them. So, but they're, young people, teenagers. And I said, then you get the principal attention. You tell them what you need. You need trade. You want to go to work with your father. Their father is doing work. The children want to go out. The 16-year-old want to go work with their father, 15. But this system not allowing them to do this. This is craziness. So I said, then you need to take a stand. Tell them what you need. The community, if ones don't do this, things is never going to change. And so I was able to have them write a letter to the principal, call him in to do an interview, and he's explaining to them why they don't have trade school. There used to be many trade school, and why the government, why they took them out. Because what? Ones was leaving high school, already have a trade, can go in a job, a trade that they cannot take from them. They never wanted that. They never wanted that for you to be self-sufficient, so you have a skill and you can know how to do something. So they took it out of the school to keep you trying to learn some bull nonsense. When all you need is what? You need food, you need water, you need shelter, transportation to go where you want to go and explore. This is all about this world. So you can get to the nitty-gritty of knowledge of self. This is the only knowledge there needs to learn. True knowledge. And if ones want to learn about the body, if one is sick, what kind of natural medicine, what needs to do, and all of these things. But many of these stuff, they create ridiculous careers for one to chase. Young people that I speak with, they don't want to be in school doing this foolishness. They want trade. They want to learn how to do things with their hands. This is the reason why they are doing all the craziness that they are doing. They are bored in your stupid schools. Because what you're training them to sit there and be docile. They don't want that, but they don't have many ones around them telling them like, hey, you can fight this. And now I see they're starting to change again. Now that some places are changing again, saying at 16, if you don't want to be in school, now you can go to a trade. They have now some special program where you can leave, where you can go. Some states I have been in and I have seen that here in the United States. So I remember like years ago when I was homeschooling, that the ones that came as the children selves of mine. And when I was in Jamaica and I was homeschooling, and I had like two other ones that was coming to be a part of the group. One of the young men there, he never liked the schooling, but he was so good with building things, and I'm saying he was 14 at the time. And I'm saying to his parents, why don't you let him just learn a skill? That's what he wants to learn, a trade. So I took him to one of the someone that I had met who was doing upholstering, like doing furnitures, and so I had brought the children there so that they could make what we call like a little stool. We call it in Jamaica asak. And so he had such a great time doing that, but she did not want him to learn a trade. So because everyone is delusional in their mind, they think that if their children don't finish school at a certain way, they did not get the education that they want them to get. And I'm saying this is ridiculous, because this is how ones have been programming, that if you don't go to school and do a certain way that they say, you're not educated. No more of this nonsense. And I don't know how the young man is doing now, because he's much older now. He's probably 21 now. That was in a couple years or some years ago. But I know that he wanted to go to the trade, and I was looking for trades for him while I was in Jamaica. But his mom didn't want for him to do that. And I said, you can do both. He can go trade halftime. So I don't know if he got to do it, after I left. But I am just sharing that story to say that many young people that I speak to, this is what they want. They're not into that education system. They already see that it is foolishness. And they don't want to waste their time. They want to learn a skill. They want to learn a trade. This is why so many young ones, they're doing so many crazy things. They don't know how to do basic things. They don't know how. With the colleges, even knowing how to keep their room, how to do just simple things. Like, what kind of human beings are you raising? But this is the problem with the world. It's hard because everyone is following the system. So it's time now to take your power back. Young people want to be trained in skills and trades. Do away with all your current school system that does not prepare young people for self-sufficiency and community self-sufficiency and responsibility. Young people don't feel responsible in their community. They will, in a quick second, deteriorate their community because you don't let them participate in the community. Know that the eye belly is full, right? The eye can engage in stillness and self-inquiry. Because when one belly is hungry, one don't want to sit and think about anything else but food. This is how this mind is. Oh, I am hungry. Oh, I am hungry. right? So if we have food forests in every community, we have farming, we have all these things going on, feeding the community. One's not worrying about food, worrying about ones with evil intention to poison one. This is what they are doing. They think they care about you. The I and I can now get the time to still the I mind. The I can now be fully engaged in stillness and self-inquiry, because the I and I suffer from false self-identity. The I do not know the I self. The true knowledge is the knowledge of self, and his knowledge of self is the only truth. And no school can teach you that, because you see what they are teaching. So, for all the I and I's, the ego thinking that they can deceive I want you to turn your attention inward to purify your mind. Stop evil doings. I have so many ones contacting I, thinking that they can trick I and deceive I. So my message is to turn the eye attention inward and to start purifying the eye mind. Stop thinking about trickery and tricking others and deceiving others and scamming others. It's time for you to stop it. Stop messaging me. I am not here to be your friend. If you don't want to know truth, don't think that you can deceive I, okay? Stop evil doings. Start being a productive member of your community. Start being a decent and noble human being. Your mind is your problem. Get to the root of your problem and solve it. I want the Ionites to know that our religions will soon be dissolved. As the I self, one true self, dissolve this dream, and the in self-slavery. Following gods and being mind control is over. No more tyranny and being ruled by fear of God. The age of religion is coming to an end. The age of ignorance is ending. It's time for self-sufficiency, time for sustainable community, time to stop charging people to live inside of the I, sleeping, dreaming duality, egoic self. It's time for self-sustainable agriculture. It's time for stillness and self-inquiry. It's time to dissolve the ego false self. It's time to awake from sleeping to see things as they are. It's time to realize we are a prisoner. Let me repeat this. It's time to realize we are a prisoner inside a dream of the I duality ego self. Sleeping and dreaming of this world. It's time for truth. I know many of the INIs don't want to hear truth. They don't want to know that this world is a dream. We're in a prison. And the I is sleeping and dreaming. The I self sleeping and dreaming has been tricking us for eons. All religions will end. There is no if, ands, or but about it. Christianity, Islam, Jewishism, Hinduism, and all the other isms and schisms and mind control schism, they must end. Liberation from all sleeping and dreaming. Liberation from all tyranny and self, soul, and mind slavery. As I have commanded, so let it be. So it is. I dissolve this dream. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am that I am. All is myself, and I am all. I return to I ultimate true states. Victory, victory. Yes, I. And so